What's going on, guys? Rein here with the Comic Initiative.
Nice.
Now speak your names.
Derek.
I'm Scott.
So today we're going to talk about some comic book stuff. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is Thor.
That guy?
Thor. Probably me and yours at least, top 3, top 2 characters of all time.
Tops it. Always has.
He's my number 2 just because of Spidey, but Thor is the shit.
Listen.
What a motorcycle.
Right. You can like him all you want, but at the end of the day, I don't think Spidey holds a candle to Thor.
No, that's for sure. So,
Well, no, he's a god.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man's
you're not wrong.
many things, but he's not a god.
Yeah.
I'm the god of New York City.
No,
Yeah,
he's
Spider-Man's
just a teenage guy
he's a
who
teenage
fights
with a really-
gods
Bro.
and rich billionaires and intergalactic threats on a daily fucking basis.
Peter Parker is literally just a teenager with a really cool boss.
You're not wrong.
Come on.
You're
Okay.
not wrong.
Word.
I love
Wait, are we
Spider-Man.
talking his boss being Stark
JJ?
or
Stark.
Jameson?
Stark.
I don't know. I mean,
Dude, I don't know. Like, all right, I feel you on that. On all right, okay.
Word. Let's jump into Thor.
Yes.
The beginning of Thor. Journey of the Mystery, 83.
God.
August 62. Stanley and Jack
So,
Kirby.
Let's see.
Started it all.
Started it all.
What
He
comic
was-
got you into Thor?
Honestly, that one. I remember I was browsing through the comic shop and they used to have like these big comics that were all in black and white, the essential volumes they would call them. And each one always started out with like their origin story comic, and I found Thor's and I was like, oh sure, whatever. This was like 2-3 years before the movie was announced. Or I thought, alright, cool, I play him in Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
We'll pass
That
all
game-
day.
I remember
Right,
that
yeah.
shit.
That game was everything. So I remember opening it up and just, I don't know, the concept of a superhero being a Viking god, just, yeah.
With my hammer.
Was it a hammer, though? It was a stick first.
It was. And that, PAH!
Down
I'm
the
Thor!
blade, popping the stick on
In the cave.
Mm-hmm. Because he couldn't move the boulder, and we thought the obvious logical conclusion is we're going to use a stick. To move it.
Let's just, PAH! Whoa! What's this?
Got so mad he couldn't move the boulder. He whacked it with the cane and it became a hammer. What a guy.
I mean, wouldn't that be dope, though? Just middle of nowhere, just, find the stick. Fly away!
Oh, look.
I feel like
All the
that
power!
lies within the same realm of strange women lying in ponds distributing swords to make people kings of certain lands. I don't know.
Okay, alright. When did you get into Thor?
So, I got into Thor, I hate to say it, but I'm a casual fan. I do collect comics because they are really, really cool to, collect and shit. I really
know
enjoy
that
the
boxes.
visuals and shit. Yeah, of course. I've seen your collection and shit. Like I have a couple. Like I got a nice stack of comics. There's a couple mixed.
Your nice little favorites.
Nice like mixture in there. This guy, on the other hand, has everything separated in a box and everything, and
Boxes, sleeved them all.
hanging on the wall.
Hey,
How many
man, we gotta-
issues of Spider-Man are you missing at this point? Because I know.
So
you're,
there's 864. I think they just had, 50. Yeah, there's somewhere 860, and I probably only need like 250 more.
My God.
But I've been collecting for years.
So
Like-
you got quite the collection of comics.
I used to have more, but that's a different story for a different time. It was a sad day.
Oh.
But I'm just the casual fan. I didn't really get introduced to Thor until about Avengers. But when the first Avengers actually came out and whatnot. So I don't necessarily have the knowledge that you guys have for that, but I do have.
You had movie canon. all
Listen,
that.
but I did mention earlier too, Derek, that I have knowledge about the symbiotes. So that will
Venom.
obviously Carnage and shit. Let's get it.
Toxin,
There's like
fucking
half of
so many.
half of
Scream,
modern day
Phage.
Thor's run is now intertwined
Mhm.
with Spider-Man for some reason.
So if Thor became a symbiote Thor during the new King of Black, well, not new, it's ended. The King of Black run is officially over.
Oh, such a great run.
But imagine if Thor didn't just, spoiler alert, get his shit rocked by the fucking Necro Sword right through him, right in the beginning. Well, right after Sentry got fucked.
Wasn't there a Marvel What If where the Venom symbiote possessed Thor? I swear
Probably,
that's a thing.
because there's one where Venom gets on Hulk, so there has to
I
be.
think there's a Funko Pop of that.
Right,
I'm
because
pretty
he's
Oh,
sure.
yeah, there is.
It
Yes,
literally
there
looks like Venom wearing Thor's cape with long black hair, and he's still holding Mjolnir. And I was like,
Rah!
what?
I mean, wouldn't that technically look like the same thing with the what was the thing
The
that you
all
showed?
black
Yes.
Necro Sword.
Yeah.
What was it? All black Necro Thor.
Yep, Necro Thor.
Oh
Badass
my
shit. Wielding
God.
two hammers at once.
Bruh.
I think oh man, what really
Welcome
got
to the time
what really,
stream.
the thing that got me the most is when they were explaining the fact that he literally took the two hammers and just collided them together,
Uh-huh.
and it just
Uh-huh.
made a spark like of electricity like nothing else. Like that's just wow. Fuck that. I'm not fucking with that.
I will say Donny Cates doing Thor and Venom. But he's not doing Venom anymore. 20th issue comes out in June, and he's done. Him and Ryan Stegman are done.
Why? I forgot about that. Are we
But
already...
he still has his Thor, and it's one a month. So that's definitely picking up. And the story already is insane because you're reading it. Well,
Let's talk about that real quick. Right after the War of Realms, I thought things were gonna get back to normal.
no.
No.
The War of Realms.
Oh,
Basically,
yes.
all
Okay.
9 realms was being attacked by this dude. I forgot what his name was. I didn't really get Malekith.
Yeah, he was the guy from the second Thor movie.
Mhm.
I mean,
Okay.
like originally, this guy's got like no leg to stand on in any comic book. He's just your average throw-a-day. Like, he's the villain of the week. But
Get his ass kicked. Bye.
yeah, he's been for like years. They've been having him build this shit up and like working with all these different criminal organizations.
Okay.
And, like Roxxon Oil, and he's like doing legal things in certain realms. Like he's asserting his rule in them through legal means. It's not like some of the things he's doing are like wrong. Like he's marrying into royalty to take command of some of these forces. Like
Wow.
it's wild.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked it, but King of Black has it for
Yeah.
me for the top story arcs in probably the past 5 years.
King of Black for story arcs.
Civil War was awesome.
Civil War was great. But
I love Civil War.
I don't know. I have to say, I really enjoyed the Unworthy Thor storyline. And then again, like...
When Jane Foster was Thor.
No, that's the Mighty Thor. I like the
Jason
Unworthy
Aaron's
Thor.
run,
It's
yes.
that's the era where we're just learning about, like, how he's coming to terms with the fact that
He's
no longer
unworthy.
is worthy. Like, him building himself back up. It's almost like, to me, a journey back to the original roots. Because Thor's part of his origin was he's sent to Earth to learn humility, live amongst the mortals.
You're being a
and, like,
bad boy, so
I was
Right.
gonna
sending
say
you to
that
Earth.
was essentially the second Thor movie, correct?
First
Or
one.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first one. That's
Papa
right.
Odin
So-
said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right after the Gore the God Butcher, the beautifully written villain, I would say, probably top
Gore
5 in
was
Marvel
such
villains.
a nice villain.
Chef's kiss all day long.
Nice and sweet to the point for the whole purpose for it, and just
His
You know-
ideology.
The thing that they were talking about earlier, where they wanted him to sound like menacing and shit. I can honestly picture him sounding. Now that this just clicked in my head for some reason. I can see him sounding like what was the dude's name from Death Note?
oh fuck.
I can see
I
him
know who
sounding
you're
like
thinking
that.
about. Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I know
forever.
if
Megami.
Brandy was here, she would instantly know it because she loves that. But
Mhm.
I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Ryu or some shit.
Yeah, Ryu.
Ryu or something.
No, that was,
I feel like that would be that's how he would sound
definitely.
for sure.
So the reason why he did it, just so everyone can know,
Oh,
is that You know his origin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thor's origin.
he's on his
Fucking
planet, and the gods
are
aren't helping
horrible.
worse shit.
Yeah,
and
they're not paying attention to him. Like
it's
or
like
his
basically,
people.
what?
What was it? The king and we had like later on as he was banished from his tribe, didn't believe in the gods, and then
Hey, what's that on the ground?
King in Black, and it was the King in Black and the Captain Universe at that time crashed down onto the planet, and the All Black Necrosword, the first symbiote in existence, bonded with Gore, and the powers of the sword are
Insane.
They're astronomical.
It does whatever it wants.
Legitimately, but that's just it. It does whatever you want. If you're setting out to kill a god, it'll make sure you're powerful enough.
Well, that's
to
how Gore
kill
got
a
back to
god.
his gods.
Exactly.
And then started out his run on his murderous rampage of gods throughout the system.
His theology, though, behind it was not wrong.
I mean, no
because
one's helping me. Gods ain't doing nothing.
gods-
We're
the
praying, we're
gods are
doing
out there
everything.
being selfish in the Marvel universe. They're out there doing things for glory and people.
Unless they're the
praying.
high gods. The high
They're
gods are the good
high
gods.
fathers.
The high fathers are good.
And then, what was it? His whole afterwards. Trying to think, the words are not coming to me right now. Oh yes, his the gods being pretty much saying you guys suck and you don't pay attention to us and why do you even exist? Confirmed by Nick Fury to Thor on the moon.
Ooh.
Yep.
Telling him, for the longest time we didn't know what happened. Nick Fury just whispered. All he did was whisper in Thor's ear. Drop the hammer. Couldn't pick it back up. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, okay.
Just one whisper shook Thor to the core.
Wow.
To the point where he doubted everything. And all he said was, Gore was right. That's
Wow.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what I do as Thor. He has the
Listen, you're
necro sword.
right.
How am I supposed to fight a god-killing
Bro,
sword?
Instant anxiety, throwing up.
I'll be back.
I'm projectile throwing up right there.
Yeah, no. that was not...
And his run and Jason Aaron's run for the comics was... reading that was magic.
Some of the best Thor material.
Jason
to this
Aaron
day.
did really good.
I would say
'Cause there was a
Jason
period-
Aaron's Thor run is
Him and Cates is right there. Cates just doesn't have as many issues as Jason Aaron, but...
right.
Oh, god damn.
Now, is there a possibility of seeing a possible if I don't know how they're gonna do this, so to say, with the movies, but do you think there's a possibility of seeing Gore
You're gonna see
And-
Gore.
Okay, so
in the movies?
here's the thing
Possibly?
with the MCU to everything else. Everybody is super underplayed in the MCU.
Christian Bale's is doing it though.
Because
I know.
at first
Batman.
you gotta
Batman.
admit everybody was shook the fuck up when Thanos
Beat the
did-
absolute crap out of Hulk.
yeah
Like just
when
pop,
they
pop,
saw
pop.
when they saw
Okay,
him
that man
beat the
basically
shit out of
told
Hulk.
Hulk, son, your arms are not long enough to box with God,
That-
and beat the absolute dog crap out
That
of
man
him.
beat the fucking Hulk out of Bruce Banner.
Scared the shit out of him.
Like
That man put the Hulk out of
that's
commission
scary.
so
Thanos is
bad the
coming.
Hulk was cowering. Like, I'm not coming out. No!
Oh my god. That was so funny to see that. That was Infinity War Part 1.
I'll do it myself, you
So-
big
Big-
green asshole!
So
Come
can
on,
you-
Max.
So can you imagine what people are gonna react to if they see something like that?
Comic book
Considering the
nerds are
fact-
gonna go insane.
Considering the fact that Gore, in the comics, literally ran through Thanos,
Deviant dead.
think about it.
Not to mention, in the comics, Gore is...
OP.
You gotta understand, with the all-black Necrosword, every time he killed a god, he would get more powerful. And this dude...
Already infinity power, so
Right,
Panties would drop if
afterwards,
people
yeah.
saw Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth?
He's gonna be... You gotta, realize, you're gonna have to have...
Thor's gonna have to slim
Yeah.
down though and get into his good shape though
Oh.
for the next movie.
Hey, we don't fat-shame Thor around here.
I don't fat shame him, but I like skinny Thor because he doesn't look homeless.
The Big Lebowski.
Just
fucking
Stepping
Lebowski.
into that house and seeing Thor like that was just like, oh man, he fucking fell hard.
Okay, but
Just I know you
don't
got your
why.
ass kicked, but damn.
I
knew-
so happy.
I
every
knew
time.
it was last resort for that man when I saw him playing Fortnite.
That
I was
man
like,
was on his
wow.
last legs when he opened up his beer bottle on Stormbreakers. It's like, no!
Ting. Yep, he's gone.
Like, oh God.
Bye, Thor.
Are you here to fix the cable? Like, Jesus. Wow.
What is wrong with you?
And Hulk
What
just,
happened?
you okay, buddy?
Somebody get this
We
man
don't
a taco.
say that name in this household.
Somebody get this
Oh,
man
it's
a
that
taco.
dickhead on the Xbox again.
You called me a dickhead again?
Here, give me this. Hi, yeah, this is Thor. I got a thunder.
Alright, can I just say Taika Waititi, though? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Took the Thor movies in the direction they needed to go.
Dark World was dope.
I,
Did you like Dark World?
I'm mixed on
Dark-
it.
I liked it, but
Of
not like
all
and,
of the villains, why the dark
I mean,
elves?
introduce
Listen, I know
the
everybody
ether,
makes
so.
fun of that. I know
They're
they
a dope
do.
raid
but
bus.
To give him some sort of attention, I suppose.
Of all the
Yeah, I
shit
don't
that you
know.
can choose from Thor, you choose the Dark Elves.
Speaking of villains that we need for Thor movies,
Galactus.
Thor movies.
He fights Galactus. I have 47
I
Thor
know
comic books
he
that he's fighting
does.
Galactus.
I know he does, but we gotta save Galactus
For
for the
Fantastic
introduction
Four.
of Fantastic
Which is
Four.
coming. They announced it.
Oh shit.
I am-
okay.
They announced it, but they
I
haven't
wanna
announced the
know
characters.
cast. I need to know the cast.
I saw a
want-
picture with Zac Efron as Johnny Storr, and I don't, if that's real,
Doubt it. Doubt it.
not a good choice. But the guy they have for Reed Richards is the dude from The Office.
John Krasinski.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
Oh,
dude.
listen, I
I'm
He
want
looked
it
good
to
for that.
actually be
I don't know.
him. We
I
don't know
might-
if it's confirmed
That
yet,
would
but
be
I've seen a
awesome.
bunch of pictures, and honestly, he would make a good Reed Richards.
I could see Zac Efron playing that role.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know.
douchey.
I could see
flame
it.
up. Flame on.
Yeah, I mean, come on, kid played in fucking Baywatch.
He did
Right.
kill it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he killed Baywatch.
Like, I haven't seen it, but like I saw that trailer. Like,
He played that part to a T.
Oh yeah.
but
But yeah, the movie, I really hope they do gore. I really do. I hope it's a good gore that you see him for like at least a third of the movie.
and the fact
At
that
least-
and Christian Bale,
The guy who's known to literally morph his body for his roles.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Christian
I'm
Bale
skinny.
gets skin implants in
I'm
his
huge.
forehead to have tentacles to play gore.
They better. I did read somewhere on one of the comic forums that they're just gonna keep him humanoid, and they better not. They better make him a fucking alien.
So
Listen.
what was the thing that we talked about earlier with the fact of how he looked? He looked like Voldemort had successfully taken over the high school.
Yes.
If Voldemort had
if-
actually conquered Hogwarts.
If you don't know what gore looks like, literally picture
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, look it up. He looks like Voldemort.
He looks like Voldemort with tentacles on his head. That's all he is.
A
He
slightly
ain't got
more-
no nose. He's gray. He's got no friends.
Gray blue.
Honestly, he's terrifying as shit. Like,
Well, yeah. If I saw him walk up to me and just. All right, I guess I'm
All
dying.
right.
No, you're good. He only kills worthy gods. You're fine.
Hold on.
oh fuck, he's worthy.
I'm worthy.
Depends on the day.
It does. Sometimes I don't pick it up. Sometimes I
Son of a
do.
bitch.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I just walk up to him and just, not today. All right. Let's try tomorrow.
But that would be really cool to see Christian Bale play a role like that. though.
And Valkyrie, Jane Foster, Natalie Portman,
So
right there.
here's
Ooh, Natalie.
where
Portman.
my
She
confusion
becomes
lies.
boss Thor and gets cancer in the comics, which is sad.
I feel like I am the only one who may not know something about this in the Thor mythos, but I've been trying to find out the answer, and I don't know.
Well, let's hear it.
It's a consistency thing. The hammer of ultimate Thor. Because we're speaking of Valkyrie, and it makes me
Ultimate
think
comic
Wait,
Thor?
what the fuck
So
is-
University
what is Thor?
1610?
Hold on.
1610. We'll get to that in a moment.
I'm confused.
I don't like
I'll
that
tell
Thor.
The people are confused.
Oh yes.
So in the
Remember-
Ultimate Comics,
Representing the
So-
people here, what are you
So-
talking about?
So there's another in the early 2000s. There was a initiative.
Michael Bendis.
Yes,
Yep,
Brian Michael Bendis.
Brian Michael Bendis.
There's a new initiative to.
It's in Universe
reinvigorate
1610.
Marvel, and so
I think it was
The
called
main-
All New Marvel or
All
All
New,
New
All
Mover.
Different,
Yeah, All New
yeah.
Different or All New
all
Marvel New.
something.
One of
But
the
they call it the Ultimate Universe.
Miles
The
Morales.
Marvel universe that we are
Gotcha.
familiar with is Earth
616.
616. This new Earth is 1610, and it kicked off with one of the greatest superheroes.
Spider-Man dying.
Wow.
Spider-Man fucking died, and Miles
Okay.
Morales took up the mantle perfectly. That was the best story arc ever. Spider-Man No More.
Wasn't
Cool.
the first story arc, by the way, but yes.
No,
I
no,
would
no.
suggest.
In a different universe. That totally now that Spider-Man is now Miles Morales.
Spider-Man-
Not he came back. He's good.
Spider-Man 1610 had a really cool theory on, or Spider-Man 1610. Spider-Man's ultimate thing was a really good comic line, but we're not here for that. We're going to talk about the Thor.
Thor.
Of that universe. So he was discovered in Norway as a guy named Thorleif Gullman, kind of little
Okay.
on the nose. In this universe, there was a race to develop super soldiers, which is the driving force behind a lot of these superheroes being created. They wanted a more grounded in reality kind of thing, which it was still absolutely batshit crazy, so don't let them fool you
Yeah.
with that. I mean, the Hulk was a goddamn cannibal.
And
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
and how how Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson in the movies, and
Yeah, he was
he's
white
normally
in-
white in
yeah.
everything else, and they based Samuel L. Jackson to be Nick Fury for the Ultimate Comics.
Yeah, Ultimate Nick Fury is the only black Nick Fury, besides Samuel L. Jackson. And I
Alright.
feel like they went the best route with Samuel L. Jackson because I cannot picture anybody else playing Nick Fury.
Motherfucker, you gonna shoot at me? I got one eye.
Yeah.
Can we just say
I-
this man is ballsy enough to shoot at an airplane and attempt to stop it with a handgun? Pop, pop, and he's like...
Whatever.
Yeah, I for all the Marvel movies that I've seen that actually involved Nick Fury, I feel really comfortable
He plays
with the
that
fact
awesome.
that like I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's Nick Fury.
Right.
I don't see a plan.
I feel like
it's
he's much more recognizable.
It's like
as
if
a-
somebody else played as Emperor Palpatine.
Couldn't happen.
True.
Exactly.
True.
Couldn't
No.
happen.
But
It's like Iron
nobody
Man
else,
2.
Nobody else is gonna play Nick Fury.
now in
So-
that universe, the race for the super soldier program led to Norway developing a different kind of something else. Trying to think of the best words for it. It's a harness of sorts.
Yes.
The harness would essentially let you control the weather, like you manipulate
The-
something.
Basically-
Basically,
Ha.
yeah, you get the powers over weather. Now the problem is, it required a big battery, and they didn't know where to put it. And so they found this guy, Thorleif Gullman, and basically he was just a really big, strong dude.
He was
That's
burly.
all that was nifty about him. Well, once they put him in the suit, he started going nuts. Started saying he's Thor, this. And like, they set him down. They started doing research and like realizing that like the things he's talking about, he's not lying. These are actually memories coming back to him. Like I said, grounded in reality.
Sick.
And everything comes back.
So whole storyline goes about explaining how he's got another origin of like being banished to Earth, except he was banished this time due to Ragnarok happening. It's a continuous cycle. Frost
Gotcha.
giants attacking, Asgard, working with the Nazis. Kind of what seeing Frost giants in SS uniforms is something I never ever want to see.
I thought I would see
again.
that in like Call of Duty.
Yeah, no.
Not in the
I was
comic.
like, what? What? Why? But
Zombie world.
the battery for said harness, they didn't feel like it was way too big to put in the suit. So Thor said, put it in a hammer. And like the hammer that he has, Stormbreaker in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a lot based on Stormbreaker in 616 and Ultimate Mjolnir because it's an axe hammer
Okay.
and it's huge. Now,
Beta Ray Bill.
now we're still going somewhere with this because we trailed off a lot, but to the original point here. Ultimate Thor's Mjolnir is a man-made piece of technology.
Yep, it's not the heart of a dying star.
Right. So, why does
All
it...
new, different Marvel.
Why does it have magical capabilities to turn Jane Foster into Valkyrie and become this thing that can just transform into anything she needs at any time?
As soon as he
Stark
picked it
Tech
up-
doesn't do that.
As soon as he picks it up, Thor put some Asgard into it. You know,
I just don't get it.
he put a little bit of himself in it.
Let me just
Yeah, just
sprinkle
sprinkle
a little bit of
Sprinkle a
Sprinkle
little bit of
a
Odin
little
Force.
Asgard on the.
Speaking of Odin Force,
Sprinkle the Asgard.
Thor has Odin Force. He's king of
No, he
Asgard.
doesn't.
Well, he
It's
has
the
Thor Force, but he
Force.
technically has
Thor
Odin Force
Force.
now because
The Force.
did have Thor Force because
The Thors.
Odin was supposed to be dead, but he's not. You
You
read,
mean biker Odin?
dude?
Oh
Finding
my
him in the fucking bar,
God.
just getting shit
Oh
faced.
my! All
All right, so in the new Thor issue that just came out last week,
not issue storyline. Prey with
it was the last Prey. It was Prey 5. It was the last of the storyline. They're starting another
Might as
storyline.
well talk about Prey, the whole thing.
Do you want to
because
just start
that
to the
is-
beginning? Because there's only 14 fucking issues so far. Dinah K's only written 14, and it's 2 stories.
Might as well. So let's
Black
go,
Winter, starting off.
right after War of Realms. We kicked off this wonderful.
So
event.
basically, Thor is king of Asgard.
Yeah.
There's no more wars. Everything's peace.
Mhm.
He has no idea what the hell to do with himself.
Okay.
he's
and
bored.
He's just bored.
One
and then out
day-
of nowhere,
Wait. Let's not forget the first thing he did. He retired from the Avengers.
yep, he was done.
fuck,
He was
okay.
like,
Yes,
I've
that
done
was
everything.
very important. He retired from the Avengers at that time. Like, he legitimately, like, his farewell was defeating the last villain of the day by chucking Mjolnir from
Mm-hmm.
Asgard at it, and it just crushed right through it. And Tony Stark wrote,
Oh,
happy retirement
yeah.
on it, on Sharpie, and it went back,
Oh,
so...
no, it was Call Me. Happy retirement,
Happy
Call Me or
Retirement-
whatever.
No, not Call Me. Thor put
Oh,
Call Me
yeah,
on it
yeah,
afterwards. But there's a reason for that.
Classy. I love
So,
Tony
uh,
Stark.
Thor's retired. He's ruling Asgard, and literally out of the freaking blue one
Galactus
day,
fucking falls down on Asgard.
crashes into
And he's like,
Asgard.
holy shit,
Yeah.
Thor, I need your help.
Yeah, this man
He's
comes
sitting-
down, crushes his crib, gets up and says, "Yo, dog, you're coming with me. I need a hand."
Okay.
Come to find out, the Black Winter's coming. The Black Winter was the very first thing that was ever created by the one above all.
Okay.
It is the vastness of nothing. And it just goes, and it's the original Galactus, basically. It just ate universes, basically.
First being, if
Ever.
you would. Like,
Before any of the other cosmic entity, infinity, all those, you know.
you would be kind of remiss of us not to mention that the Black Winter is a shapeless entity
Yes.
too.
It just
takes
goes
the form
through.
of whatever is going to kill you.
So when it's Thor
Terrifying.
fighting Thor, it becomes, I'm pretty sure it was Thor.
So
Yeah, it
when
became Thor.
Galactus fought the Black Winter.
It basically
It
kicked
became
Galactus'
Thor.
ass.
No, the Black Winter became
Yeah.
Thor. Because the Galactus.
Well, it kicked his ass,
Thor's gonna
too.
Kill him, like in the future. But before that can happen, he's going to use Thor because he knows Thor's not going to die to the Black Winter. If Thor's going to be the one to kill Galactus, they go against the Black
So
Winter.
Thor gets a little bit of help from Galactus. By giving him the cosmic
my God,
King
the
Thor.
Herald of Thunder.
Cosmic
Thor,
Thor is insane.
What do you,
So
why-
Galactus
why-
goes, "Hey, I need your help." Boop. Now you have some of my powers, and just flash of light, and he just turns into the
So
dopest.
the process of Galactus
ever.
turning people into heralds.
He gives them
like
a
the
partial
Silver
of their power.
Surfer, he gives them a fragment of the power cosmic. And you know how powerful the Silver Surfer is? He could legitimately defeat all of the heroes in the Marvel Universe.
just
easy.
backhands him.
Galactus gives Thor that power, and Thor becomes the Herald of Thunder. Like he loses the cool beard he had.
Yeah, but his
armor
costume is
regenerates,
awesome.
His arm regenerated. His hair's like long and flowing. His eyes are glowing, but not with the power of thunder, but with the power cosmic.
So now
This
he's
guy
a
is
cosmic
nigh
god.
omnipotent at this point.
And so he asks him,
Yeah.
"I need help. We can't.
Yeah.
I need help with the Black
Planets,
Widow. We
yeah.
have to get 3 certain planets because
Four.
four.
And one of them, I need to say, I love this.
Yes.
One of those planets in canon is Fortnite.
Yes, it is.
The Fortnite
Yes, it is.
game is canon in the Marvel Universe as an actual planet, and Galactus eats that shit for supper.
Yep. He has to get these 4 planets because when he eats these 4 planets, he'll have enough power to beat the Black Winter. Come to find out, no.
Black Winter comes along after Galactus.
After he
gets
gets
the
all
last
4
planet.
planets.
I see there's a burning question in his mind, and we're trying to avoid the inevitable question.
No, so that technically makes Fortnite.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It is everything that happens in Fortnite happens in Marvel.
Yep.
Well, no, I'm saying like everything that they added in Fortnite
Oh, yeah.
is like
Yeah.
is like licensed. Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for Fortnite.
So they meet up with the Black Winter.
Black Winter comes along, and a
They start
big battle happens.
start
Big
fighting.
battle.
You know, just a little petty shit. No,
Turns
they're
out-
throwing bows. They're doing
Yeah,
everything.
there's-
Like Thor's shooting cosmic rays from his hammer. He's
Oh, let's
doing
not
everything.
forget, he goes in blind to this
Yep.
fight because he does not. Because
Wanna-
the part of the
yep.
Black Winter's thing is fear because
it
it's
turns
internal
into
thing.
your fear.
So he blindfolds himself to fight the Black Winter. Eventually, we learn
That his
That-
biggest fear.
everything is he's been lied to. Galactus wanted Thor's help not because they needed to defeat the Black Winter. The Black Winter is coming to collect something.
Galactus.
His herald, Galactus, which is kind of weird. Galactus is the herald for the Black Winter, kind of
Yes.
like the Silver Surfer is the the herald for Galactus.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Now this Black Winter turns into like what's supposed to kill Thor, so it turns into
Himself.
Thor, and then Gore,
Mm-hmm.
and then Loki, and then
Just
Manga,
everything.
and then the
Everything.
Executioner, and then Malekith. Everybody that Thor's ever fought, because he was supposed to die
In every single one.
every single encounter, but something has just, and if something has interfered in fate every single time, we don't know what it is yet,
Mhm.
as of this time. But boy, I would like to
Yeah.
find out. And then it gives him one last vision before Thor defeats
How
this Black Winter. It's
you
like, do
die.
you want to know how you die?
I will
I'll
show you right now.
So
Wow.
suddenly Thor is beset with an image of the Mad Titan holding Mjolnir embedded with the Infinity Gems with
Yeah,
an
that was
all
boss.
black necro hand and an army of resurrected villains and heroes behind
Holy
him.
shit.
to
So
fight
if
Thor.
that becomes
Oh!
a storyline,
My God!
but that was the first storyline that Donny Cates did in Thor, and it leaves you off. I
Yeah.
think it was this 5th issue or 6th issue.
There was one more curious factor we forgot to mention. Thor lost his hammer momentarily during this fight and
Yes.
landed in Jotunheim.
Yep.
Now, like, current ruler of Jotunheim is Loki because he had killed Laufey during the War of the Realms. Loki walks on over the hammer. He's like, oh, I wonder what that's doing here.
Oh.
And lifted the hammer. Not
Wow.
because
Because
he's worthy. Not.
Come to
because
find
he's
out,
worthy. We're gonna get
sometimes
right into that.
Thor can't pick up his hammer now. It's getting harder to pick it up and getting heavier.
It's harder.
his
No,
hand.
not harder or heavier. I
It's
think
getting heavier in his hand to hold it, and it's
getting
feeling like
different.
yes,
It doesn't
it's not
feel
feeling the same.
It's
Oh, that's
something's-
fucking whack.
Something
Like, he
doesn't,
doesn't
feel
know
right.
what's going
it's
on.
Like it's the hammer, but it doesn't feel like the
Mm-hmm.
hammer.
It's like picking up your guitar and then just one day, no.
Oh, ew.
Mhm.
No, that's weird.
You put it right back down because it does not feel right.
Which
Yeah.
leaves you off into the next story arc. It doesn't explain any of. You
Ryan,
don't
I'm
get
gonna
any
let-
information after that.
I'm gonna let you talk about this one more than.
Hall to Prey. Second story arc by
Now,
Donny Cates.
Let's get to one little thing we did neglect to mention, but
Oh,
we did
yeah.
talk about. Now,
what he
part of-
took from that battle?
No,
No,
not
he-
yet. What
He took Galactus's fucking helmet, and that's now on his throne. He has Galactus's helmet on his throne.
Now,
Oh, because he
yeah.
fucks up Galactus. He kills him.
Kills him.
Oh shit.
Because he's
Part
like,
of,
you lie to me, fuck
Yeah,
you.
part of Thor's
Word.
thing now is he doesn't take
He doesn't give a
disrespect
fuck
from
anymore.
anybody, no matter who it is.
I don't
He-
really
he's
think
giving
he
shit.
ever has though.
No,
right?
but like,
He's
he's
bitten
a
his
lot
tongue a lot.
more. He's a lot more savage about things now.
Okay.
He's a different Thor now.
Now, part of the original Thor mythos is he was a doctor named Donald Blake. Now, Donald Blake and Thor were the same person. And that whole cane thing we talked about earlier is when he kind of yoinks it into the ground and then like stabs it in the ground, turns into Thor. If he's separated from the cane more than 60 seconds, turns back into Donald Blake. Shebang, whatever.
Yep.
That matters because
Well, hold on. Let's get into who Donald Blake is.
we're getting there.
Where?
We're getting
Where?
there. This matters because you got to keep in mind there's two different people.
You get a Thor or you get a Donald
Thor
Blake.
or a Donald
you don't
Blake,
get both.
Okay, but they're not the same person. Okay? Donald Blake can only be here if Thor is not. Thor can only be here if Donald is not.
So when Thor's on Earth, Donald Blake is in his realm of
His own
Earth.
pocket dimension.
A little pocket dimension. He's a doctor. Goes to work every day, and that's what he does. And then when Thor wants to switch back to Donald Blake comes to this universe, and he goes there.
Caught up on that part a little
Yeah,
bit?
all right. Now
Okay.
So
Now
fast
here's
forward
where
1,000
everything
years.
goes wrong.
Okay.
Well, not 1,000, a millennial.
No,
Just,
fast forward millennium to Donald Blake,
Yes.
not Thor, because time moves differently. in
page
that
turns,
Okay.
panel, apocalypse.
Oh.
Donald Blake has lost his fucking mind because he found out what's really going on with this deal with Thor. That when Thor is the god, he's there, and when
That
that
he was-
switch,
yeah.
he wants to be a god. He
no.
wants to be Thor.
The world serpent, the Jormungandr, found out where Donald Blake was and broke right into there, and he was like, "Listen, dude, I'm gonna tell you something.
Little secret.
You, come here, friend. You're not real. You don't exist.
You were in the pocket.
You are a shard of the Odin Force. You were made to be a puppet. You suck."
And so when you get that news, you're just kind of like, okay.
Now keep
I'm
in
a little
mind,
upset.
Now he didn't know he had a shard of the Odin Force. I think at that
No,
time,
he never knew.
He understood that like they were a dynamic, and so he's like, "Now I'll tell you what. You are a part of Thor. You and I together, we can kill him." And Donald, like, he just absolutely lost his shit. He's like, fine. Now Jormungandr gives Donald a shard of his power. Bad move. Because that also awoke the Odin Force power within Donald. And he wrecks.
He goes from
the
Dr.
world
Blake
serpent.
into Thor Blake type of deal. He just everything changes about him.
He basically murders this giant serpent that's prophesized to kill Thor at the end of time. Skins it and uses its hide as armor. And you know what weapon he uses? A scalpel. Because he's a surgeon and he knows precisely where to cut to hurt you.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, flash forward to where Thor is, sitting on his throne, nothing to do, and out of nowhere, Donald Blake.
No,
Hey.
not yet. Not yet, because Loki came to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to Thor because they were talking because Thor needed Loki's help. He's like, we gotta talk about something. He's like,
Oh yeah, they had the
he's
whole
like, when are you gonna
combo.
tell? He's like, when are you gonna tell me? He's like,
About
tell
his
you what?
family.
He's like, what? When are you going to tell me? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, fine, we'll do it we'll do this the hard way. And he picked up Mjolnir and just whipped it right at Thor. He said, you think I didn't fucking know? Like, we get it. Something is going wrong. The magic that Odin has had over the years is destabilizing. The enchantment on
Odin's
Mjolnir,
dead, by the way.
gone.
Supposedly.
You already said he wasn't earlier, so shut up. So, and they said, well, there is one place we can go. Maybe sometimes in order to, figure out the problem, you just gotta, turn things off and turn them back on again. Because we talked to a mechanic and said, sometimes if you reset a machine, things work itself out. He's like, maybe if I turn into Donald for a little bit, and
Not be
things will
Thor.
be good, things will be right. So he does the whole thing, smacks his thing on the floor. And Donald is usually a very clean cut, nice clean shaven hair, looks like a proper gentleman. But no, he came with this big raggedy beard, hair
Homeless look.
He
all
kind of
over
looked
the
like
place.
Homeless look.
He looks like he
Static
looks like,
X's vocalist that passed away.
Yeah.
Wayne Static.
Yeah,
he literally looked like
Wayne
with a
Static
beard and his
mixed
hair
with
up like
Thor.
that.
Oh,
he
shit,
had,
really?
he's got his scalpel, and Loki's like, "Yo, you're not supposed
What's
to look
going on,
like
buddy?"
that." And this man in a split second, crosses the distance between him and Loki, and snaps his arm and breaks his knee and puts him out of commission because, like I said, he's a doctor. He knows what he's doing. Fights Sif, Beta Ray Bill, and
defeats them all
with a
very
scalpel.
quickly.
Like, defeats all of them with his scalpel. Like, impromptu 1-2.
With a scalpel.
Goes to the armory of Asgard, gets Thor's original weapon, Yarnbjorn, an axe that can kill Celestials, and just goes to town on Asgard.
He destroys everything.
Left and right. This man is, as comics explain would say, is cutting swaths through the crowd. Like,
Robcore.
oh
Everyone
my
Robcore.
God. Nobody was safe. Everybody
And as soon as he got
getting
done with that,
messed
he
up.
thought what he should do next. Let's go see his old flame.
First, he's got to shave.
Well, yeah, he's got to look nice. So shaves,
okay.
gets nice, and then goes and see Jane Foster on
Nice.
Earth. Goes and has dinner with her. Because
So
he's thinking.
He's got one.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to mention a key thing. And during the fight with Beta Ray Bill's got a fraction of the Odin Force in him.
It was given to him by Odin.
Donald Blake ripped that right out of him.
Yup.
Like,
It turned him into a weird something else.
no, turned him into a regular Corbinite again.
I don't know.
That's
didn't
how
look-
Corbinites usually look unenhanced, because he is an enhanced
Oh, yeah.
Corbinite with some of their species' deadliest predators. That's why he looks like a horse. So that matters, because he's just taking the Odin Force, and his philosophy is no more Thors. Nobody should have to do with things that are being done to me. Like, you know,
Right.
this is impossible. Blah 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 blah. But he's having dinner with Jane Foster, and she talks about her time as Thor, because she does not realize that this is not okay right now. Because
She doesn't know she's in danger.
Yeah, she's in danger. That's not exactly Thor, because he took the cane that turns him back into Thor and broke that shit right over his knee. He's like, we're not playing that game anymore. And has this nightmare about him reaching over the table and yoinking the Odin Force right out of her, but wouldn't work anyway. She
No.
doesn't have it anymore, and he just storms off. And I think later that night, in the morgue where Jane Foster's working, a body comes in. Red Norvell. Red Norvell is a man who took over the position of Thor for a while. He
Okay.
got like the belts and the gauntlets, and was able to lift the hammer. Donald Blake's thing is kill anybody and everybody who has been or is
Thor.
Thor.
Yikes. Okay.
Anybody.
Just murder stuff, you know.
now.
Normal.
Yeah.
Normal for
It's-
Donald Blake.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Thor is in this apocalyptic world just trying to
Yep.
figure out what
Right.
the hell's going on.
Meets up with the serpent where it explains
He's, like, kinda alive."
Hey buddy, you'll never guess what I did.
I told him the secret.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what do? I can't get back. There's no hammer for me to... what do I do?
You're kind of stuck here then, aren't you? So,
Well, what
let's
the
see. Fuck, you can't come back. He's stuck down there. What happened next? So, Donald Blake goes about his business, killing anybody and everybody who used to be Thor. So, next we find him in Central Park in New York battling Throg.
Oh my god. Throg and Lockjaw come
I know
out.
about Throg.
Throg is honestly
His name is Simon, right?
Simon Walterson.
Yep, Simon Walterson.
As a play on Walt Simonson.
Quick update on what
Wow.
Thorg
what a
is.
name.
So basically, issue
Frog.
337 or somewhere around there for Thor. Thor gets turned into a frog by Loki because Loki's being an asshole. He turns into a frog.
His buddy Puddlegup there.
Puddlegup is Simon.
Mm-hmm.
And so he turned into a frog, and he finds out in New York City Central Park, the frogs and the rats are fighting each other.
A war.
A war.
it.
Just full on war of rat and frog.
I fucking do.
And he's like, all right, Thor, I'm going to help you guys out.
After the battle, I think it was Tooth Gnasher, one
Yep.
of Thor's goats, was kind of kicking around at the ground and accidentally knocked a sliver off Mjolnir. And Puddlegup hopped on over and
Picked
grabbed
it
that
up.
sliver and became Throg, the Frog of Thunder.
Yep.
Okay.
So as soon as the war got done and Thor left, Throg was the protector of.
Central Park.
That makes okay.
All right.
Here's
And now back to Lockjaw and Throg showing up with Donald Blake.
I
Donald
never
Blake.
expected to see some of the greatest combat.
I love that he
in
talks
Marvel.
all the time when he
right,
fights.
happen between a frog, a dog, and Donald Blake.
A space traveling dog.
So, a little thing to keep in mind: when he fucked up Asgard, he took Heimdall's sword. Now originally we thought it just used like, well, I thought at least you could only like use it in like certain capacities. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't exactly just like teleport on a whim with it. I thought
No.
it opened the Bifrost, but no, this dude is like tapping the sword on the ground and teleporting all over the place because Lockjaw himself teleports too. So their battles are taking place all over different realities.
Oh,
In,
that's
like,
fucking
So they go to the
Like
dinosaur
teleporting.
That's
time.
cool.
Yeah,
They go to
like, they're
medieval
just-
Oh,
time.
that sounds like some Flash. That reminds me of
Yeah.
Injustice 2.
Donald Blake just grabs poor Throg and eats the thing, and the
But nope.
greatest scene
Throg
ever
doesn't
is-
go down.
Yeah, what is
You
it?
just see
Frog
it.
Yulnir flies right out of Donald Blake's mouth.
You just see him go,
his teeth
brah,
go
just pop
everywhere.
right out.
And Frog comes on out like, "Nay, you thought that would best me." Oh my god.
Throg and Lockjaw fuck some shit up, but Donald
Jane
Blake gets away.
Foster coming onto the scene and realizing something ain't right. They take Donald Blake to Bleecker Street to go see
Yes,
Doctor
Dr. Strange.
Jane Foster arrives because I'm trying to I don't remember
She
why.
has a feeling that something's
Yeah.
wrong. That
And,
something's up with Thor. Something.
Poor Throg is thrown from the window, bloodied and beaten, and you see up at the top of the place, Donald Blake is about to kill Doctor Strange, but thank God Valkyrie comes in and saves him, and they realize,
Epic battle, real quick.
This is what I love about Jane Foster. She does not give a damn.
No, she doesn't care who the fuck
About-
you are. She's gonna fuck you up no matter what.
No, not just that. She doesn't give a damn who you are. She'll tell you to clean your shit up.
She's
alright?
the clean version of Thor.
She went
Okay.
so she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get someone. She flies off into space and goes to this bar in the middle of nowhere. And this absolute fucking legend of a woman
Kicks through
open
that
this
fucking door.
and
Old,
says,
like, West style.
Says, "Get your ass away from the counter. Put down the bottle. I am so sick and tired of cleaning up after your piece of crap sons. Get your shit together. Get out there and fix your problems."
Turn
And turns
panel
out there's Odin
with a
sitting
big old
there.
staff.
Right, and I'm like, oh my.
He's got a nice long beard.
No!
He's
I'm thinking,
drunk.
this dude
Oh.
is about to mess her up. His eye patch is no longer just an eye patch. It looks like a leather strip
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. Dude looks
Wow.
like a Hell's Angel biker.
Literally
okay?
a biker bar he's in. He's
That's
been there
amazing.
since.
He's been through some stuff since the War of the Realms ended, like divorce.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, he's had 4 wives.
well, but you gotta think about
3,
it.
4
I
ones?
feel like Freya was.
Freya was his
Freya was
main.
the one.
Guile was a cool one.
So she gets Odin to come clean up his mess. What was the line? So they're all duking it out with Donald Blake, and he's talking about, where's Odin? I'm gonna kill my father, blah blah. And this man just arrives on
Full
the scene,
armor.
tactical nuke style, just landing in his armor, and he says, "I am not your father, ghost, but if it is punishment you have come to seek, your search has come to an end." And I was like, yeah,
Wow.
fuck him up!
Epic battle with.
Not even. He didn't even hit him. He just sat there and he's like, what are you even doing? Because they came across Donald Blake chopping down the world
Oh,
tree.
yeah.
Odin didn't even take a swing at him. He's like, you're an idiot. He's like, why? He's like, you remember that pocket dimension you used to live in? He's like, yeah. He's like, you realize the world tree is made of like the stuff of the universe, right? He's like,
Oof.
yeah, what's the correlation? Where do you think your pocket universe is? Right under the world tree.
Oof.
Where all of that energy is being poured onto Thor,
Mm-hmm.
who can who, yes, he still can't leave physically the realm that he's in, but keep in mind, he is the All-Father, so he calls the ravens to him, and he's got all this power now. And
Ravens are his brothers.
Mm-hmm. The ravens came down, and he's like, well, we can bring you back, but we can't bring you physically back. He's like, I know, but I just need to bring my spirit somewhere. Like, where? You need a host. He's like, I got one, don't you worry. So Donald Blake's doing his whole thing, and suddenly the destroyer armor
That
from the
was with
Thor
his
movie,
mark carved right in it.
yeah, with the
Thor's
the mark
mark.
of Thor melted right onto the chest.
Just
arrives on
out of
the
nowhere.
Scene. I'm here
Bam.
to kick ass.
He took a little bit of rage out. He got fucked up. He did
Good
not
for
let
him.
anything
There was
back.
my favorite part about-
Hits him with the laser beam, just everything.
Yeah, Donald Blake. You know, like every comic book lets the villain do their thing. They're like, I'll tell
But then he
you.
stops. Then he stops after kicking his ass for a little bit.
Because Donald Blake calls something to his hand. Mjolnir.
Oh.
Donald Blake is worthy. And he's like, you see, Thor, all this time? And Thor's like, no, shut up, you're done. Punches him straight in the face. Destroyer fist. And like, you know how it's got the spikes on it? You can see them just like...
Blood.
Oh, yeah.
right in his face. He's like, and every time he goes to keep talking, Thor just punches him again. He's like, no,
Straight
shut up,
fucking
you're done.
Right hands
Like,
him.
yeah, like, it's wild, and, like, turns back, and before Odin can kill him, he's like, you're not the king here anymore. Realize that
Oh, yeah.
really quickly. Like, Thor asserts
Odin told him to
dominance
calm down.
over everybody. Odin's like, relax. He's like, okay, you're not the king. You don't tell me what to do. You and I, we're going to talk about this.
Later.
Don't you worry. We'll get back to this.
We're gonna have a
But
son-father
now,
talk.
Get the hell out of my kingdom and tell Mom I said
Vanished.
hello.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Didn't
top.
realize, I don't think he realizes his mom and dad are not together anymore. So, kind of, ouch.
Yeah.
He said some things you
Blake,
showed him.
Donald Blake is still kept around, obviously, because, like, you know, you are a
Mm-hmm.
brother of mine, I'm not going to kill you. And then his, like, eyes turn, but betrayal will not be tolerated. Big
Switch
bolt
the...
of lightning comes down and knocks him out. Strikes Donald Blake dead. Done.
Wow.
Done.
Well, not dead.
Not
he's,
dead,
He's
but,
just
like-
really messed up
Like,
right
dude,
now.
he's not
Fucked.
getting
He's-
up.
he's
He
fucked.
is.
He's down for the count. And then...
Loki's asked. He asked him, like, straight up, like, you want me to tell you where
No.
I'm going to take him? Like,
Take
no.
him... So he
Take
tells
him
Loki
anywhere,
to
but
take
don't
him.
tell me where.
He gave Donald Blake to Loki to be like, go put him somewhere, I don't fucking care, don't tell me. So he puts him in the lair of the God of Lies.
Where he is now strapped down to
A
this
table,
little
a stone table,
where his eyes are kept open.
and venom's
every day,
dripping on him by
and
this
venom,
humongous
not
serpent.
symbiote venom, actual snake
Real.
venom is dripped into his eyes every single day.
For the rest of eternity, he's strapped down to this
The fate
table.
of the God of Lies.
Jesus
And Loki
Christ.
gives up his godship of lies.
I feel like this is like that turning point.
He's
where,
going to turn into a good
hero.
guy.
Not hero, but an anti-hero, if anything. I feel like he's gonna be like how people picture the Red Hood. Nobody's gonna straight up call
Yeah.
the Red
Got
Hood a
you.
hero,
Yeah.
but he's part of the family. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like when they need him, they call him in.
Yep.
That's how I feel like they're gonna go with Loki because his popularity exploded with.
Well,
the
got the
MCU.
new Loki show coming.
Red Hood or the
But-
Arkham Knight.
but
Oh,
that's
my
how it
God.
ends.
Thor! That we are up to date with Thor as of right now, and honestly,
Amazing.
best.
Donald,
some
and
of
now
the
that
best
he
comic
had, Donny Cates has all of his writing just to go to Thor now,
I
that
love
Venom's done, it's gonna pick up. Even it's already amazing, but it's gonna pick up even more. But with the end of that, we shall conclude this episode of Thor
Yes.
with the comic initiatives.
You know, I have to say, I'm pretty excited that all this wonderful comic stuff is happening these days, and
It's a
Yes.
good time to be a nerd, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Honestly,
Great
with
time.
all the new man, we went. And,
we have
We
Nerd
watched
out hard.
trailers.
It's very hard to nerd out with some people.
we watched trailers earlier. Oof.
like back in like elementary school and all that. All these people, like every kid was talking about superheroes this and superheroes that, and then you kind of wean out of it a little bit. Some people do. I
For
really
a couple of
didn't.
years. I did for like a year year or
couple
two.
years, everybody's like, yeah, it's all right. But then, like, this explosion of popularity, and it has seeped so much
Yep.
into today's culture. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But
But
hey, with that being said, ladies and
let's
gentlemen,
conclude this episode, gentlemen, for next episode, which will come out whenever we do a next episode. But
That
till
sounds
next time, we are the Comics Initiatives. Thank you for listening us and watching us on YouTube and on Facebook and wherever this video is going to be, because we're like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we are.
Bye.
Seizure.